What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? Let's get some music playing too. I think that's gonna be swanky. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K, PNTS Network and Xcloud Dosage back again with another SSC podcast. This is SSC Podcast number 105. And I am here with your other host, your friend, my friend, Lo-Fi Monk. Lo-Fi, how you doing today, man?
What's up, everybody?
See everybody.
Came in with a little energy this time. How you like that?
Put me to shame. So we're gonna get into what Lo-Fi's been playing, what I've been playing, and then we're gonna get right into the show because here's the thing. We're switching up a little bit. I talked to people about this earlier. Just as a reminder, there's some things that I'm doing, you know, personally. It's not bad, but doing personally that's taking up a lot of my time. So a lot of these shows will have to be pre-recorded. But at least for the members, they can be live. Because I'm recording these at wild hours that just don't work for the general consumer, don't work for the platform. But if you're a member, you can still be part of it. As you'll see, there's going to be a lot of comments and stuff that we respond to. That's because they're members. If you want to be part of that live taping, become a member. Just hit that join button. $2 in a dream. You know what I mean? Or more if you want to contribute. We talked about we're trying to do some big things for gamers that are stuck in a weird place because Stadia is closing down. So if you want to, you know, help out towards that cause, definitely. Like we said, nothing goes in our pocket. We don't take anything and go to the old country buffet or go to McDonald's or anything like that. Everything goes to, you know, to servicing the community. Another thing too is that the reason why we're going to speed run this is because my brother Lo-Fi got stuff to do. He got to get ready for his own show. And Lo-Fi, real quick, can you let people know what your show is and when they can see it?
Oh man, we're doing Cloudy Thoughts every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you know, we just hanging out, chopping it up like we do here. It's maybe a little bit more wild, a little less you know, it's a little more uncensored, I guess.
Yeah,
it's just it gets crazy over there, so come join us.
Come check it out.
Quote unquote season 2 tonight.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that. And when we say tonight, again, we're recording this Friday night, but if you're not a member and you're watching this publicly, you know, as soon as you're done with this, go back to Lo-Fi Monk. His channel is in our description. All right. So if you're following us, you should be following him. If not, shame.
Oh, I got my YouTube handle. Did you hear yours?
Oh, yeah. I made mines.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You can find me at Lo-Fi Monk. No space.
Go ahead. I'm going to close this door real quick. Go ahead. Keep talking.
But yeah, the handle thing, I don't know how exactly that all works. I don't know because it's different in a chat, but I know it works like in comments and in descriptions of videos and even in the title of videos. So if you got like a response to somebody or if somebody's in your video and you want to give them a shout out, you can put an @ symbol and do their YouTube handle. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Other than that, I don't know what else it does. But also, oh yeah, the other thing you can do is if you're looking for somebody, you can do youtube.com/ and use their handle and you'll be able to find their channel.
Yep. And I do like that. The only thing I don't like is, like, for instance, I mean, that's our own fault. But I don't want to say fault. I think we did a good service for the community by focusing on Stadia. But our direct URL is still StadiaDosage news. Even though you can, like you said, put in HTTPS or YouTube, whatever it is, and put / / Cloud Dosage News, it'll bring you here.
And it works.
But if you use a direct link, you know.
So the URL is supposed to switch over in the next month to your handle.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. Okay.
So the URL is going to be gone. They're going to be doing away with that. It'll be like youtube.com / @ whoever.
All right. Okay. All right. I can dig.
Yeah.
I can dig that. Okay. That makes sense. That's fucking, you know how we talked about this before. You know how Google is. They don't tell you nothing. So,
yeah.
Or they don't say it loud enough.
I think this helps with like verification.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely does. I totally agree. So, and shout out to Dusty in the chat. He says, I love this chill music. Yeah, man. New channel. Matter of fact, let me tell people about it. We're not stingy here. We want everybody to succeed. It's a new channel by the people of what's the guy's name? The bald-headed guy that does all the YouTube tutorials. I forgot his name. But they have a copyright-free channel.
What the vidIQ guys?
No, it's another guy. I think he stays in Australia now or something like that. But Milliman, I think it is, or Max or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, he does a lot of YouTube stuff. He and his brother, which is his business partner, they created their version of Stream Beats. It's called Creator Mix.
Oh,
yeah. So if you go to
Creator Mix,
yeah, if you go to Spotify or go to different audio platforms and look for Creator Mix, that is from those guys over here from I forgot to check it out. So that's what you're listening to. You're listening to a Creator Mix. No. I'm lying. I still got Stream Beats on. Here, let me put on Creator Mix, because I was gonna put on Creator Mix.
You don't have to do any attribution or anything. You can just use it.
You just use it, just like you do Stream Beats.
That's dope.
Yep.
I love that. Yep. Yeah, Stream Beats is good. I
love Stream Beats, but I use it so much that it's like, okay, I've heard that song 18 times.
Creator Mix.
Yeah, look up Creator Mix and add them to your library. So this is Creator Mix that you're listening to right now. And they got different categories. I just have a mix of different shit. So you might hear some not supposed to curse on them.
Wrong show.
Yeah, wrong show. Sorry guys. Bleep that out in your mind. All right, anyway, so Lo-Fi, what you been playing, man?
I've been playing some Sekiro. I played a little Cyberpunk. What else did I play? Man, I've been gaming on Xcloud. I played Road 96. That's a dope game.
That's a dope game? Okay.
I'm probably going to start that over and stream it.
Cool.
Because I liked it a lot.
Cool. It's awesome, man. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I've been playing some Cyberpunk. I've been doing this all on Stadia. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cloud Dosage Streams here on YouTube. So you can go to @Cloud Dosage Streams and find that channel. We did something called the Quality Stream Series. It's something that I do over at my MM2K channel, which is now at MM2K Gaming. Yeah. That's going to be our gaming channel pretty much. And we did we did some stuff over there, and I got it in Ultra 4K. Looks beautiful. It's Outriders, so go check that out over there on Cloud Dosage Streams. All right. Also, hold on, don't turn it off, TV. Okay, TV said it was gonna. And I've been playing. That's about it. Those are the games I've been playing. All right, let's get into today's news. With no further ado, you know how we do. Let me show you something. I wanted to start off with this. I didn't have this in the show notes, but Boosteroid is adding 7 new games: Victoria 3, War Tales, Gloomwood, Still Rising, Medieval Dynasty, Injustice 2, and Scum. It says, sadly, and this is coming from clouddosage.com, sadly, there are no other free-to-play titles. However, all these games are pretty good and varied in genres, so there will be something for everyone. I wanted to ask you this, Lo-Fi, because I know you've heard a lot of the murmur and the buzz in the community about Boosteroid. Boosteroid is supposed to be, they shut off your cable and they shut off your electricity.
Yeah.
I've talked to some people behind the scenes, and they said that's not actually what's going on here. They said everything should be on the up and up. And I've seen conversations where Boosteroid themselves have said that No, they have deals for these games that they get on there. What
I
thoughts on
dropped a
this?
link in my Cloudy Thoughts team chat a while ago, but let's see. It had to do with. Okay, so the new Modern Warfare.
Yep.
I've seen people get banned on other cloud platforms.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's a cloud thing.
Yeah.
And it's something to do with the anti-cheat. Yeah. So it's not necessarily on Boosteroid.
Yeah. Somebody had shown something, I think, for EA, and EA might be running the same thing. But here's my thoughts on it. If Boosteroid, okay, let me put it like this. We can't have short-term memories, and we can't always jump on the most salacious things. Now, if despite what I'm saying, you're like, nope, don't trust it, that's fine. But I would just chalk that up to, just playing it safe, opposed to it being gospel.
Yeah, so this person said that it was because they played on multiple platforms from the cloud. Okay. And it got them banned.
Okay. I just want people to think for a second. So remember when GFN went from beta to live, and games like Call of Duty were playable in retail? What did they do? They shut them down. They got them shut down. Are you trying to tell me that they can go after GFN, a company that they were working with and a company that a lot of these publishers have relationships with, because of the cards, the GPUs and so forth? They can shut that down easily, but they can't shut down Boosteroid. And people are trying to make it seem like, well, Boosteroid, they might be operating from, they got these illegal satellites. They can't nobody find. No, it doesn't work like that. So I'm not quick to believe that they're doing something nefarious. It's just me. I've seen conversations where they said that they have relationships with all these publishers. I find it hard, especially with PlayStation, that they have the game on the service and PlayStation ain't cracking down on it. Like they got the Uncharted game that just hit PC, the Uncharted the Thieves Legacy Collection. I just want us to put our thinking caps on and not always just go for the most salacious thing that gets people buzzed up. I know we're a newer community. Sometimes we don't kick the tires on things. We just see something and we react. We make the most salacious response to that. But with that being said, there's no way that a service is going to get paid for transmitting a game and nobody's doing anything, or nobody's going to do anything about it. It doesn't work like that. So
yeah.
Those are my thoughts. But I think it's cool. And we're working on being able to do. We got a report. I mean, we got a review of Boosteroid. So you can check out our review via this article. But for those that are using Boosteroid, I hear a lot of cool stuff about it. I haven't used it yet, but I'm in the process of getting that set up. And games like Scum, being able to play games like Scum on it, that's cool. I'm really excited for when they have their winter update and they say they're going to go up to 4K 120 frames per second. Oh, I really want to see that. You know what I mean? That along with this crazy catalog that they have.
Yeah. And I mean, the way I look at it, all your purchases are going through like the Steam library, right?
Exactly.
So if something goes wrong with Boosteroid, you got, it's $10 a month. You still get to keep your games. You could always try to go somewhere else, especially if you're cloud gaming. Yep. But I mean, it's worth a shot.
Well, I see a lot of people I get a lot of people are like concerned, like, I don't want to be buying this game and I can only access it through Boosteroid. I get that. Totally. I do. But yeah, $10 a month. Give it a shot. Dusty Rand says, hold on, let me see something here. Comment, because it's a great comment. Dusty Rand says, I heard in a video that the legal responsibility is put on you if you use Boosteroid. I don't know if that's some or all games. Boosteroid has a Twitter account. They have a blog post. They're very publicly available. Even before you get, see, I know about torrents and pirating, things that are pirating access. Normally, when you're pirating access to something, you don't advertise in the fashion that Boosteroid does.
And not get shut down.
Absolutely. So people are thinking about torrents. You know, with torrents, the sites were just up.
Well, yeah, because you're purchasing the game, right? Mm-hmm. You're purchasing it, like I said, through Steam or a third party. So that's not an issue. Like, you own the game.
Yeah. Again, I don't get
as much as you can own a game.
It's just the access to it that people have questions about. Okay, fine. But just think about it this way again. If GFN's access could be shut down just like that, do you truly think that the servers, and there's got to be servers in the US, do you truly think that let me give you guys another story real quick. I used to be a pirater. I don't pirate anymore. I used to have this theory that I would pirate because there's so much crappy software and stuff out there. And what I would do is, if I didn't like it, I would uninstall it. If I did like it, I would uninstall it, buy the original thingy, and and do it that way. That was the way I was taught. So I was an honest thief. I just used
something you actually used.
Yeah, I was using it to demo what I was getting myself into. Right. So one thing that I did pirate, though, that didn't require purchase, I was just out of the region, was I pirated anime, and I pirated Bleach anime because I wanted to watch them live as they were being released. I didn't want to rely on when they came over here to the States, which was well after the fact, right? And then use the crappy dubs. So there was a company called Databayo that used to do that. So Databayo was sued by the Japanese companies that were responsible for distribution of Bleach, and I think by Viz America, whoever was distributing Bleach at the time. And the FBI, Databayo tried their best to hide themselves. They tried every piece of technology that they could to hide themselves. Because what got Databayo in trouble was Viz America, outside of Cartoon Network, I think it was, or Adult Swim, they didn't have a distribution deal. They really didn't have an instantaneous distribution deal. And then Crunchyroll got an instantaneous distribution deal with Viz America and the Japanese affiliate of Bleach. Once that happened, they sent a cease and desist to Databayo. Databayo, again, was a black market, torrent site. And they tried their best to hide their location. And the FBI did a thorough investigation, found them like in 2 weeks of them not honoring that cease and desist, and shut them down. I wrote an article on it, did research on it, and I did an article on it for an old company I was working, or old publication I was working for. So believe you me, if this was not on the up and up, or if this isn't on the up and up, it's not going to be able to last. And like Dusty said, it's on the responsibility of the user. Whoever said that doesn't understand how these things operate. The business company goes to the legal authorities and they say, this is being illegally distributed because we didn't give authorization for this to happen. It's under jurisdiction of the FBI or whatever, because it'll be interstate or whatever. And then they go and they stop the operation. They seize the servers, They sell it, liquidate them, sell them, in auctions. So everybody has something to gain from this. That's not how this works. That's why I said, let's let cooler heads prevail. If you want to be cautious, fine, I get it. But I wouldn't take it as gospel as something nefarious is going on. Now, if tomorrow they get raided and the U.S. servers get shut down, okay, then you got your answer. But till then, if ever, I don't see anything that indicates, besides what Lo-Fi just explained, some anti-cheat codes being triggered. I don't see anything nefarious going on here. They said they have deals. And the reason why GFN may not be able to get these games is because GFN said, we're not paying anybody for access. Our argument is we're giving access to your game to people that normally wouldn't have access to it. So you should flip the switch. Maybe Boosteroid is giving out a percentage out of their subscriptions that they're getting. Who knows? But those are just my long-winded thoughts on it. All right, cool stuff. All right, we got to move on because I've held Lo-Fi for too long. Next is Xbox, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
This is coming from GameIndustry.biz. Xbox changes its tone on Game Pass. This is coming from Christopher Dring. And he says, the firm's latest rhetoric around PC, mobile, and subscription set the scene for why it feels that the Activision Blizzard acquisition would be positive for the industry. Microsoft's latest financials and Phil Spencer's subsequent comments during the Wall Street Journal live event felt like a shift in tone. The big takeaway for some is somehow Microsoft for the second quarter running failed to hit its targets. I think this is one of the biggest parts here. But what was more noticeable were the comments that came alongside the news. Phil Spencer estimated that Game Pass will probably only account for 15% of Xbox's content and services. He says, we don't have this future where I think 50 to 70% of our revenue comes from subscriptions. 15% sounds low when you consider the billions of dollars that Microsoft has spent on games and developers all in the name of Game Pass. Surely this wasn't a dream. My question to you, Lo-Fi, with now this pivot away from these grand expectations of Game Pass, it feels like in tone, and them releasing the information to CMA about, cloud gaming is 1% of the business. A lot of stuff that was said here. Are you dismayed about Xbox's new tone on cloud gaming and Game Pass?
I mean, they could change their tone 2 days from now in a different article, but from this, it just seems like it's not good. Like, it didn't paint a really good picture. Yeah. But, I mean, if Game Pass is only 15%, how much of that percentage is people that are relying on the cloud? But yeah, that number sounds so low to me, man. Mm-hmm. So low. So you're telling me that 90% of the people on your platform prefer just purchasing their games?
Yeah. Well, there was something that I had put out there yesterday, where Daniel Ahmad, I put it out there. Daniel Ahmad, he's from the Nico Group. And he's a great analyst. He said that, look, when it comes to any platform, the average gamer, so you got to understand, when they say average, they're taking hardcore gamers like us that, hell, we'll try to play like 30 games a month if we can, opposed to the casual gamer. When you average it out, because the casual gamers outweigh us so much that they'll take those, and 30 is a preposterous number, but we'll do like anywhere between, I say 5 to a hardcore gamer will play anywhere between 5 to a dozen games on average a month. So when you do the math, well, that's over 100 games, anywhere between 60 to over 100 games. But because the casuals outweigh us so much and they play so less, the average is they only buy 2 games a year. And in their catalog for an entire generation, they'll have anywhere from just 7 to 13 games in their entire catalog, which may sound crazy to us. Because if I look at my Stadia catalog, I got hundreds of games, right? But that's the state of the casual. Meaning, again, it's what we all say. It's not.
Now coming from the 360 era, that's the last time I had an Xbox. That would make sense, right? Because that was my situation.
Yep.
That would make sense. But we're not in that era anymore, because now what? If I want to play a game online, I got to purchase Xbox Gold, right?
Yeah, you got to buy gold. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to play it online, yep.
Yeah, if you're going to play online multiplayer. So what money are you saving? You're either going to pay for gold or you're going to pay for Game Pass and get all these games.
That is true. However,
so it's like you're not in the situation they built. You're not necessarily saving money.
See, there we go. That's where I think the intelligent side of us, it gets the best of us. That is very logical. Casual gamers are not logical. Meaning, dude, you can access all these games for about the same price. Why?
Probably the games you're already playing.
Yeah, and a lot of the games that you're already playing. And you know what the illogical casual gamer is going to say? It's Call of Duty on there. It's Madden on there. It's FIFA on there. It's 2K on there day and date. No, I don't want no parts of that, son.
See, that's why they got to keep putting out Modern Warfares.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise that dude ain't buying nothing.
Exactly. That's why they do it every year. Absolutely. And unfortunately, believe it or not, those are the people that make up most of the gamers. There's a lot of hardcore gamers. But you got to think about it like this, Lo-Fi. There are 300 million consoles out there. When it comes to us hardcore gamers that go on YouTube, read articles, go to IGN even regularly, there's not 300 million people doing that. Like maybe 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 50 million people are doing that. There's no.
See, but that's where I feel like if they would just make the move to cloud and just really focus on that, because then gaming, that was the whole thing with Stadia. I wasn't gaming. I was just going to play a game every here and there, and Stadia made it so damn convenient that I could just game every little free opportunity I had. So if they really want to get you hooked, just saying.
Okay, so let me give you an example of what happened last generation to where logically it made sense what somebody was trying to do, but the change, I don't want to deal with the change. Nature, I don't want to take that risk. Like casual gamers are very risk adverse. They just want the same conveyor belt of feed me, Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K, you know what I'm saying, FIFA. And you know what I'm saying? And every now and again, they'll go get a God of War. They'll go get a Spider-Man.
Right.
They'll try out Halo. You know, every now and again they'll do that. But
yeah, and they're the ones that always got a loud ass mouth when you're talking. They want to talk about how they always had the loudest mouth in discussion. It's like, you play one game.
Exactly. Yep. They got the most to say.
Like, bro, you buy a console to play one game. This makes more sense.
Yeah.
This makes more sense. You didn't even have to buy the console. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and some people will say, well, everybody doesn't have access to cloud gaming. You know, they don't have good internet. I don't want to hear that BS. When you go to any hardware dedicated platform, look at the top 10 games. 90%, if not all of them, are all online-based games.
Like, shut the hell up. Are you playing with no internet?
Exactly. Fortnite, like the biggest games in the world revolve around having good internet to play.
Bro, if you ever stuck with a phone, like if you had, like my kids when they were little, I tried to give him a phone that didn't have internet access with just some games on it.
They tried to get
Good luck.
They tried to
Good luck.
Dad, we want you dead.
There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing unless you have internet.
Oh.
There's nothing.
I know I'm making myself sound old. My grandson has been getting himself in trouble in school because he's like preteen and he's starting to smell himself. So I had a long talk with him and his mother, and I said, "You got to take away the stuff that he enjoys." I said, your uncle, I had to do that to your uncle. You know, your uncle was cutting up and I had to take away everything that he enjoyed. What are you talking about? I said, take away your laptop, take away your phone. Yeah. I said, I would take away all that stuff that have you sit in the corner. Well, my mom ain't gonna do that. I said, okay. Got on the phone with his mom. I said, look, sweetheart, don't call us again. Talking about how he's giving you trouble unless I see you take away that stuff. Now you can hear him in the background. You know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when our kids grow up and those kids grow up, they're not going to care about this stuff. You know, they're going to look back at us and they're going to laugh. Like you guys, they're going to do history. They're going to read up on it. And they were like, people like Lo-Fi Monk, MM2K and others were trying to get this thing started way back when, and y'all fought it. Y'all are stupid. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the psychology of gamers. And it does make more sense. Yeah.
I don't understand. I tried talking my kids into playing on Stadia so many times. Like, you don't understand. It's so good. And they were just like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. And then the other day, I'm sitting there hanging out with one of my kids, and I got my laptop. They got their laptop. They want a game. I was like, hey, check out Xcloud. Mm-hmm. You know, and because they were in the middle of downloading a game, and I was like, dude, you can play that. That game is available right now on Xcloud. Just click a button, you can play it. Yep. You don't have to install nothing. Yeah. And I showed them, and all of a sudden they're like, this is cool. And I'm like, mm-hmm. Where have you been?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're listening. They're influential, but I'm gonna take my son is 16. Like you got a lot of people that are like at my son's age that are 16, and they're like, my son said because he's a GFN fanatic. He said he got a lot of people onto GFN because he said a lot of his friends were like him. Well, my son was just banished from getting any hardware upgrades because he would destroy $1,700 laptops. And it was either me stop buying him stuff or I kill him. So I picked the former, to me stop buying stuff. I didn't want to kill my son. So I just bought him like real cheap Chromebooks. And I said, dude, do the best thing you can with this. And so he would go to other friends who, you know, still took care of their hardware, but they couldn't get a 3090 and stuff like that. And he introduced it to GFN, and they're loving it. There is no, oh no, I gotta have the hardware. It's to these younger kids, when they get wise enough, which unfortunately we're not because we're older and we're stubborn, they're going to realize it's all about access. Not about a particular platform, it's about access.
You know, shout out to Rudigs. I was watching him play whatever game it was last night, and he had to stop in the middle of it because he was like, oh, there's an update.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like a 40 gig update.
Jesus Christ.
And he's like, not doing that.
Do it. I can't do it. Like, I'll tolerate it. There are some rare instances where I'll tolerate it. I'm going to tolerate it for God of War. And that's it. That's it. I'm not, dude, no. Like, I remember what happened. I was going to a funeral. And I wanted to get some gaming in. It was somebody, it was a funeral, again, not to be smug about it. It was a funeral of somebody I really didn't know, somebody my wife knew. And they didn't know the person that passed away either, but they were friends with one of the relatives. And the person came out there and asked for her support, so I came with her. I'm trying to get some gaming in on my PlayStation 5. And well, I was trying to play, what is the game that made by Gearbox? That was a PlayStation 5 exclusive at launch. Oh, I can't remember the game. They had the weird, like the people with the weird animal helmets. Well, anyway, I said, now it's out on Xbox.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the Viking, like, yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna play this before I go. And I had a whole hour and a half before we had to leave. Do you know, because of updates and downloads, I couldn't play the game. An hour and a half. I refuse. That's why I said, and shout out to MJ Parks. He retweeted something from my show yesterday where I said, I'm not ashamed to be a cloud gamer. Like, I don't have time to sit here and lollygag and wait for an hour and a half updates. And again, it wasn't just a game. Game took up half. The system took up another half. And come on.
Yeah,
I got time for that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not trying to argue and debate with somebody that, if that's what you want to do that.
Fine. Yeah, exactly.
But I'm doing this.
Yeah, my time is precious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, regardless of how anybody else feels about it, cloud gaming's the way for me.
Exactly. And as somebody that someone that plays like live service games like Division 2 and Destiny, like, you guys don't understand the importance of cloud gaming, especially when you play those games. And I play those games.
Oh man, updates galore, huh?
Dude, number one, not just the updates. But like, when you have, like, Division 2 has these things called what do you call it? Global events. And you might be running short, and where you get like special points and you can buy special exotic weapons and stuff. You might be running short on time. Oh, holy cow. I need 5 more stars in order to, before they shut down this global event. And I only have an hour. But if I'm on a console, it got to update for an hour and a half. I'm pissed. I'm chucking that console out the window.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And I get it. I was one of those people, dude, that would be in the lines, midnight releases, with all the other smelly geeks, smell like armpits and corn chips. I'd be in line right with them, man. Getting my copy of my game, going home, waiting 2 hours for it to download and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And sitting there rubbing my hands together and feeling like, and sitting in my man cave and feeling like something special was going on.
Man, I remember one time I watched my brother. He got an update for Call of Duty on his Xbox. He's talking to somebody on his chat in his headset. He's like, yeah, I'll be there as soon as I get this update. And it's doing pretty good, but then all of a sudden it slows down.
Yes.
And he's already telling him, it's going to be about 30, 45 minutes or something. And all of a sudden it slows down. He starts freaking out, restarts the stupid update.
My God.
Does it again. Restarts to this. Man, I was like, dude.
That's like chalk. That's like fingers on a chalkboard to me now. Just waiting for update.
Yeah.
And I get it. I've seen people go back and forth with different creators. Things aren't that bad. I have someone say that to me. Things aren't that bad. You don't understand how bad they are until you get to a point to where you don't need updates.
Right. Spend a week cloud game and see how it does you.
Yeah. Like, say, for instance, all your life, let's just say if you were stranded on an island and you didn't have food and somehow someone started bringing you food, but they didn't bring you any utensils. And you was eating the food with your hands. And you've been eating it for a while and people are like, oh my God, you don't have any utensils? And you're sitting there saying, you don't get it. I don't need no damn utensils. I got my hands. You think that way until someone gives you a fork. You know what I'm saying? Once somebody hands you that fork, you're like, oh, snap. I can eat faster, but you know what I'm saying? Not drop food on the floor. Oh my God. That's how cloud gaming is.
Yeah, most of it'll make it in your mouth.
Exactly, yeah. So, whatever, man. It's just like, and we talked about in the members section. You got to check that out. We're not going to get into it here for the members. Just imagine if PlayStation activated a system to where I could buy God, or you could buy God of War and play it on the cloud. Maybe for $10, an additional $3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Like, we're just cutting off our nose.
I mean, they got to do something, right? They got to do something because they got to compete with Game Pass. And Game Pass, if you're talking about a price increase, they obviously are like, well, feel like we got any competition.
Look, Phil Spencer,
because you can already either download or play those games on the cloud, as far as like Xcloud PC is concerned.
Well, I want to say something to that. You brought up an excellent point. And this is why I wish Phil Spencer, people are going to hate me for saying this, I just wish sometimes he would just shut the hell up and not even do these interviews. It was bad enough that they said what they said about cloud gaming to the CMA, but they had to do that. That was a regulatory body, and they had to do that. So that's different. And people are eating that up. But for him to come out here and say this stuff that he's saying, that takes the pressure off of PlayStation to do something. Because really that's what everybody wants, Lo-Fi. It's not that a lot of these journalists are praising Xcloud because they want pressure on Sony to do something similar. And I, to a certain regard, necessarily a day and date into a service, but I want them to make their games available via the cloud. This detracts from that. When they say, oh, Game Pass is only 15% of our revenue at best, Sony looks at that and they say, the money that you guys are wasting to do that, like these games cost $500 million to make now. We're not putting a $500 million game into a subscription service only for it to be 15% of our revenue. That's what they're thinking. That's why I just wish that Phil Spencer, I wish he would just word some of these things. Like he was trying to justify why they didn't make their marks and stuff like that. And he could say this, he could explain it without crapping on Game Pass and cloud gaming the way that he did. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Interesting story nonetheless. Let's get on to the next topic super quick. We gotta get the hell out of here. Amazon Luna. Let me go back. Amazon Luna got some cool games coming in November. Me and you were just brown-nosing Amazon Luna and they deserve it. The games coming in November are, I thought they would have a list of them. Carry On. Oh, no, here they go right here. In October, we launched. We're excited to, okay, so Carry On, Mortal Shell. Oh, this is old. Holy cow. All right, I got a phone. I found the wrong one. Amazon Luna. Let me see. Let's see if I can find Amazon. Oh, here we go. Let me put. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here it goes right here. Damn, I pulled the one from 20. That's what I said. Hold on, this doesn't even look right. Coming to Luna Plus, Vengeful Guardian Moonrider, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, Windjammers 2 Close to the Sun, and Severed Steel, the game that what's the name gave away here on the channel. I think that's awesome. What do you think about this lineup for November for Amazon Luna?
Oh, yeah, they got some good ones, man. That what is that meat one? Where you're the pile of meat and it basically is like a horror game, but you're the terror.
Holy cow! No, I don't know that one.
Here, I'll look it up real quick.
Cause you're a pile of meat. Holy crap! That sound like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Carry on.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. Okay. Oh yeah, Carry On. That was last October though. I didn't even realize the game was on there. Yeah. Yep. They got some dope. Yeah, the list I provided.
Oh, you know what?
Yep. I gave the wrong link. My bad.
Yeah.
The one I have on the screen right now is it's Vengeful Guardian Moonrider, Kingdoms of, but that's just the shit that just goes to show you how much we've neglected Amazon Luna. But I think it's one that if you have access to it, definitely play it. I love it. It's the closest as far as something that's cost effective and convenience. It's the closest you're going to get to Stadia. For cost effectiveness, convenience, and performance, it's the closest you're going to get to Stadia. Granted, 38 tier, performance wise, blows them all out. But then again, that price point is a sticky point for a lot of people. I think Amazon Luna is the closest you're going to get at a reasonable price point. Now, the GFN priority tier isn't bad either. But I'm talking, but like Amazon Luna, they give you games within the subscription service. GFN doesn't have a subscription service. Cool stuff. All right. Next, we got NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA is launching in South Africa. It says semiconductor. Here, let me make this bigger. Semiconductor giant NVIDIA will launch its Geforce Now cloud gaming platform in South Africa in 2023, and a deal with wireless broadband operator Rain. The NVIDIA Geforce Now will be hosted in Rain-operated data centers. The network operator said in a statement Thursday. Until now, Geforce Now servers have only been launched in the U.S. and in the European Union, according to the NVIDIA website. Service will be rolled out in stages in South Africa with a limited beta program launching in the first quarter of 2023 and a full following later next year. I don't know if that's true, because I thought they were in Australia too, but whatever. Let me ask you, Lo-Fi, somewhere I was reading GFN was the leader in cloud gaming. I think I saw that on NASDAQ. Do you agree with that?
I don't see why not at this point.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, they're, as far as GFN goes, they seem really focused on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even though it's NVIDIA and they want to sell hardware, like they seem really focused on it. Because I mean, it's for them. If it looks bad if it looks bad, why would you buy their hardware?
I agree. And
for Xbox, it's the other way. They're like, well, if Xbox sucks, you need to buy a console.
It's only 50% of our revenue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where GFN has the most expensive, I mean, not expensive, the most ambitious approach, I think, with the 3080 tier in the places that they're trying to launch in. Like, I think they're in the most territories. I think they're in like over 70 territories. Xbox is like in 29, I think. I could be wrong. Xcloud is. Luna's only in 1. I don't know where Boosteroid is at. Boosteroid might be a handful. Yeah, they seem to be and this is the crazy thing about it, to your point. NVIDIA's CEO or vice president, Phil Eisler, said in an interview not too long ago, he said, look, in our case, hardware will always be number one to us. We're just creating this cloud service as a stopgap for those who can't access our hardware, whether it be because of price temporarily or access temporarily. He said, but we always
look at it.
Yeah,
you got
the highest tier is 3080, and right now Nvidia is pushing the 4090.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're selling them for what, $1,600 a pop.
Yeah, so I think they understand they're getting out too far ahead, away from some gamers.
Yep, exactly. Yep. But that's crazy that the one that has the least long-term footprint when it comes to this is the most ambitious. That's crazy to me, but
it's crazy.
Yep. And I think, all right, and I think that is it for today's show. I will ask this though, going back to Amazon Luna super quick. In lieu of Xbox's pivot, right? Because Luna may not have the catalog in Luna Plus. Luna Plus rather may not have the catalog that Game Pass has, but I think it's a more reliable service performance-wise. But what do you think Luna needs to do? If you had like 2 or 3 things that they need to do in order for them to take that reliable performance and surpass Xbox, or get their people get into more hands, what would they need to do?
So the channels, you got these channels, right? They need to have a channel that's a mixture of like everything or something. Yeah. It's for me, the channels are weird.
Yeah,
it's so different that it makes it like, I don't know. Like I feel like I'm not getting what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like I'm missing out somewhere else. Like did I get the right channel? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, you want a channel that's going to service all your needs. You know what I mean? You don't want, I get it.
Or, you know,
maybe a rotation of something that's from a little of every one of the channels on a channel of its own or something.
I've said this, and this may not be cost friendly, but I'm thinking of what's that, GameFly? I used to be a subscriber of GameFly years ago, and I said because I think Luna's biggest problem is that it's subscription only, and that they don't have a la carte games. So then, if I really wanted to play like for instance, Dead Rising 2. Like if I want to play Dead Rising 2 or Dead Island 2, I always mixed them up. If I want to play Dead Island 2,
we don't have that anywhere. But I think you're onto something where if somebody could bring that back, it could be.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to show up on GFN. I'm just confident because the same publisher, Techland, you know, they bought Dying Light 2 to the platform day and date. So we're probably going to see Dead Island 2 on there as well. But here's the thing where I think Amazon can make a killing. They should take anywhere between, I want to say 12 to 15, maybe even 20 games. Put them in one channel. And those are the 20 hottest games that are out at the time, right? And charge $24.99 for it at the most. Anywhere between, $19.99 and $24.99. And keep them in there for about 3 months and then let them lapse into Luna Plus, after 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Because after 3 months, that's when games kind of sunset. They got to do something about not having the top tier games drop day and date. They got to do something about that. You know what I mean? Because like even Xbox, when you look at Xbox, okay, they don't have a la carte purchases either, but I could have got Outriders day and date. I can get Liza P day and date. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I think they got to do something. Maybe if they just create an exclusive channel for like the top 15 to 20 games, it's a little bit more heftier. Maybe make it $20 and that way, and then give you a discount. Make it $20, and if you get Luna Plus, it's $24. I know that's not cheap, but it kind of gives you everything that you need for $24.99 a month, which is cheap, but isn't horrible. Or maybe they can do it for $20. I don't know, but they got to do something because that's what's going to hurt them. And they got to expand too, of course. So those are just my thoughts. With that said, I think that's it for today's show, man. Thanks, Lo-Fi, as always, for coming through. Can you let the good people know where they can find you and let them know what you're going to be doing Friday night?
You can find me on YouTube at Lo-Fi Monk. And you can find me on Twitter at Lo-Fi_Monk. And you can find me on Friday nights, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, and doing Cloudy Thoughts and hanging out with my friends.
Awesome. Can't wait to see your streaming setup, brother. Can't wait to see them games that you stream. You can catch me, MM2K here, Cloud Dosage. We're reviving Hard Knock digital culture. That's our, Bloods and Guts. No, that's our hardcore of hardcore channels where we go over games, anime, martial arts. The games part is there. The anime part is coming. We already got a spoiler cast for Bleach. That's going to air on Tuesday, I think. So be on the lookout for that. We might do Chainsaw Man too. You catch me there. You catch me on the newly revitalized MM2K gaming channel where we're going to be talking all things gaming, except for the anime. Anime will kind of show up there too. But MM2K Gaming, where we will be doing live streams, Let's Plays, and gaming news there for just general gaming stuff. Check us out there and so forth. With that said, appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.